And slimy, and it's got more like sandpaper. On the bottom of the belly here you have they're mainly white. This is because when they superimpose their prey, that white belly blends in perfectly fine with the lighter coming from above. They do have the darker top, and at 4 o'clock we have another big show. And if you're still around and still interested, we actually have a chance of feeding the whip race. We have to do a whip race encounter. If you want to have more information, just go downstairs to the shop and have a quick chat about that. So I'm mainly feeding them fish over here, but because they live on the bottom of that river system, they eat a lot of stuff that they don't need, because they kind of suck it up. And that's why they have the 2 holes on the top. Those 2 holes are called spiracles. And with the spiracles, it's basically a built-in filtration system. It might be able to break down the protein molecules, which could relieve some of the pain, but I'm afraid you just gotta stick it out for at least 12 hours, because that's how long they're making them last. So the doors over here is definitely key for a feed over here. There we go.
one being a live rat is also going to defend itself when it's trying to be grabbed by a snake. Rats have very, very sharp teeth, very, very big teeth. If they were to bite down on our snake in a certain spot, it could potentially paralyse the animal. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want to risk our snakes. Now, she won't just constrict it in one go and kill it as fast as she can. What she'll do, she'll wrap it up and then she'll sit and wait. She'll wait for that prey item to exhale to try and get a breath of air in, and when it does, she'll get tied up during the feeding today. She won't let go of it until she's 100% certain that she's killed it, and then she'll start to swallow it. Now, this size food item won't take this particular snake too long to swallow. Get it down there. Once she starts, probably about 5-10 minutes to get it down. Depending on the size of the food items we give them will depend on how long they take to swallow it, and will depend on how long the snake goes between meals. Tallest, which is the pygmy python, that only gets to about 40 centimetres long. They're actually the smallest python species in the world. They're found over in WA. Right up to our big scrub pythons that live over in far north Queensland, that can get up to 5.5 to 6 metres in length. And then we've got just about everything in between as well. So 2 completely different ends of the scale there. A lot of people think when I say python or something like that, they're going to think of a really large, big snake. But like I said, the smallest python in the world we have here in Australia, they only get to about 40 centimetres long. So very, very small species indeed. They're twisting it around a bit there. She might play with it a little bit first before she decides to start swallowing it. But so once she starts, it shouldn't take too long for her to get this one down. But he made the right decision after that and sold it with venomous snakes because he doesn't want to cop another bite. Because it does get worse. You cop a bite, you might survive, the next one's going to be worse, unfortunately. You can't really build up an immunity to it. If you do keep getting bitten, what does happen, anti-venom stops working after a while. Been a recorded human fatality from anyone being bitten by the inland taipan. So no one has died from being bitten by the most venomous snake in the world. Like I said, eastern brown snake, that number 2 spot, is the one that's causing most of the issues here in Australia. 68% of those 3,000 bites are eastern brown snakes, but having said that, 87% of the time when someone is bitten by an eastern brown snake, it's a dry bite, which means they do not inject venom 87% of the time when they bite someone. Only 13% of eastern brown snake bites are envenomations. So that just goes to show they don't even want to use their venom. They simply want to give us a warning and they want to be on their way. Now the eastern brown snake is a very defensive species of snake, probably the best display of a defensive snake we have here in Australia. You may have seen videos or footage of them standing up on the back half of their body. They'll nest their front half, they'll open their mouth, make themselves look really big, trying to defend themselves, basically.